After 2 full days and a few hours of deliberation, the 12-person jury in the trial of Sean Diddy Combs reached a verdict Wednesday. Combs was found guilty of transportation to engage in prostitution with both Cassie Ventura and Jane, counts 3 and 5, and not guilty on all other charges, which included racketeering, as well as sex trafficking of Ventura and Jane. Each guilty charge comes with a maximum sentence of 10 years in prison. Combs had pleaded not guilty on all charges and rejected a plea deal. He reportedly clapped after the verdict was read. Reacting to the verdict, Cassie's lawyer Doug Wigder said, "This entire criminal process started when our client Cassie Ventura had the courage to file her civil complaint in November 2023. Although the jury did not find Combs guilty of sex trafficking Cassie beyond a reasonable doubt, she paved the way for a jury to find him guilty of transportation to engage in prostitution. By coming forward with her experience, Cassie has left an indelible mark on both the entertainment industry and the fight for justice." He continued, saying Ventura showed exemplary courage throughout this trial and brought attention to the realities of powerful men in our orbit and the misconduct that has persisted for decades without repercussion. "This case proved that change is long overdue, and we will continue to fight on behalf of survivors," he concluded, before asking he not be released on bail before sentencing. A decision on that matter will be made later today. Shortly after the verdict was revealed, social media also blew up with reactions, many upset and confused over the decision. Someone who was watching and reacting in real time was Aubrey O'Day, who has been an outspoken critic of Diddy's over the years and shared footage of her watching the verdict come in on CNN to her Instagram story. "Oh my God. Not guilty on Cassie, not guilty on Rico," she said after the first 2 counts were revealed. "No way Jane is going to be guilty. Oh, this makes me physically ill. Cassie probably feels so horrible, I'm gonna vomit." She later took to her story to share a full statement, writing, "I'm still unpacking the magnitude of it all. The cultural weight of this decision is immeasurable. It is heartbreaking to witness how many lives have been impacted by their experiences with Sean Combs, only for those stories to fall short in the eyes of a judge. I can only hope these jurors never have to watch someone they love endure what so many survivors have described." She showed support for Cassie before describing Combs' pattern of behavior as control, coercion, and abuse that she believes has been legitimized by the system. 50 Cent, another big Combs critic, meanwhile, shared a photo of himself smiling to his IG feed, captioning the post, "Diddy beat the feds, that boy a bad man. Beat the Rico. He the gay John Gotti." Rosie O'Donnell also reacted almost immediately, sharing to Instagram, "I guess a jury just never wants to believe that a woman stays because of power and coercion. Wow. They just think women stay because what? Money. Fame. They love the abuse. What a King joke. This decision got me angry. #Cassie." Others took to X to share their shock.
"I feel sick to my stomach. How is Diddy beating all these charges? That jury is so damn useless."
The verdict for Diddy is a message to all women that they are not believed. Sorry to the women out there. The victims especially, they deserved better.
This Diddy trial is proof that you can do anything if you got money. That Diddy verdict don't even make sense. LOL, how you not guilty of sex trafficking, but guilty of transportation.
So disappointing on the Diddy charges. The evidence was there. And that's why Cassie went civil, because why should she have to go through all that for not guilty? Juries need to be taught about domestic before they can hand out verdicts. I've been saying.
Diddy went from looking at life to looking at what 10 years max. Wild.
Regardless if Diddy comes home, that will not change how much of a terrible person he is and what we've seen him do with our own eyes. This trial exposed a lot of his secrets, and he will forever be a weirdo in my eyes.
The jury saw videos of these freak-offs, heard Cassie's testimony live, had documented proof of the physical, sexual, emotional, and physiological abuse, and still said we can't find Diddy guilty.
The worst people you know are gonna celebrate the Diddy verdict like it's some kind of a win.
Made that woman relive all her trauma in front of the world to days before giving birth to find Diddy not guilty of sex-ing her. It's an evil world, and I see nothing about men being afraid to be accused of assault and stuff.
The Diddy verdict is going to set a nasty precedent and trend for what people, especially those with wealth and power, believe they can get away with when it comes to sex, domestic violence, and abuse crimes. And that's honestly the most terrifying part of this entire case.
The only reasonable explanation for some people saying Diddy is owed an apology is a failed lobotomy. We saw him abuse Cassie, and for K, he deserves to be meet the jail if anything.
The Diddy jury verdict shocked me. I wasn't expecting anything other than guilty on all charges.
I'm so sorry to all the victims of Diddy. You deserved justice. This is so horrible.